Hello and good day to you guys, and thank you for joining me in my trip, or might I say endeavor. Okay, let me start with telling you what day is today. Today is the 13th of third. How do I pronounce this? 13th of March. Okay, 2023, and I'm now just leaving Taman Pelangi Indah in the Tebrau area, just passed by the Maidin Mall. I'm heading to an appointment downtown in Johor Bahru. So, excuse me. Yeah, the voice says it all. Um, I'm sorry that I've been missing for the last maybe close to 2 months now without any video. I either on this second channel of mine or on the first one, Leo Chaplin. Uh, the cause of it was because I was really packed with my home refurbishment, my new crib, which is not new, it's a used home. And when it comes to right now, when I'm speaking to you, literally I can just confirm that I'm having a burnout. Okay, firstly because I was being ambitious, I guess, and I bought all of the things and installed them myself. And some of the things like kitchen cabinets and wall features and lightings, even though the lightings, I thought it's going to be just a straightforward application, but it's not. Uh, when I bought the house, I didn't know that the wirings were all messed up and it's faulty. I cannot get the wow, look at that, somebody got stopped by the cops. Yeah, Alpha probably he's using his handphone. He was holding his phone while he was driving, so he deserved a ticket, which because he is a hazard to everybody else on the road, which is good. So back to my story. So when we about 3 months ago, when the seller asked us to come and check out the house to know whether we are final with our decision to buy it. They didn't even install a single bulb inside the house. Uh, Probably that's something that they purposely did because they want to hide the fact that the wiring and the electrical is all messed up. And among all of the sockets and outlets, the lightings, right? The power socket still seems to be working. So none of the, two of the points among all are only working. The rest are all not working. It's giving out very weak voltage. It couldn't even light up an LED bulb. So no choice but I have to do all the wiring. Luckily, I have that kind of knowledge of tapping the power from the power sockets and installing the cables and wirings tidily with all of the casings, and I can I can call that this electrical fault is a fluke, because um, it makes me uses my creativity to do the rewirings of everything so that I can get all of the uh, wirings and connections as per what I want. It's like starting from zero. And so that's one thing that all right, I think something happened there. The car suddenly stopped, and one of the cars didn't manage to brake in time, and he knocked the guy in front of him. So that is what you have to be careful about when you are driving in this road in Johor Bahru. When you are like driving 60 or even 80 kilometer per hour, suddenly the car stopped in front of you, and you better make sure that you have enough time to brake, or else you're going to crash into the person in front of you and you have to pay for the damages, you know. Okay, back to my story. The electrical is done. I'm happy with it. Oh, there's only a few things to be done, but that's not the big deal of it. You know, um, spend a lot on the new house, but well, I try not to tell you this because this is monetary, but just sharing with you for your own good and experience, you know, sharing the experience. My target was like 15,000, and now I'm close to spending 35,000 on the house. Ah, you know, and I was carried away with some of the things because I just want my family to have the best of what they deserve. Um, because you know me, being a lazy bum, I try to give whatever that I can afford. And the thing is, there's one thing that I can't solve on myself, and I have to get contractors to do it. That is the leaking problem. Now, the house that I bought is a high rise, and it's as old as more than 25 years old, if not 25. So all of the pipings inside there, when we came to have a check, another thing that they didn't, maybe they purposely hide it from us, they hid it from us, is the they didn't even install the water meter. So there was no running water inside the house, and we cannot check whether there are leakings or whether the pipes and the faucets are working. But no, I think they purposely did it. So when we already stayed here for not even a week, and leakings, major leakings, start to show up through the walls, through the floors, and it leaked into the neighbors downstairs, and I have to bear with the damages. I mean, to repair my house so that the neighbors downstairs will not having rainy days every day and waterfalls in their house. So that is what I'm really what really caused the burnout of my life right now. It's an endeavor. So they're going to repair it starting tomorrow. It's supposed to be today, but the contractors they have something to do, so they delayed it one day. So they better start it tomorrow, because I hate to have the neighbors downstairs cursing at me, even in their heart, without even doing it verbally, because I hate to piss people off. You know, if I put myself in their position, I also do not like to have leaking on my roof. So that is the story of my life. I'm losing money now, and you know, I'm not sure whether I should expose this or not, but if it's a normal person doing this to me, you know, with all of these cheats, you know, I can say this is I got cheated. Uh, I would be much bothered if anybody else, like somebody on the side of the street holding a house grant saying that I want to sell this for a cheaper price, so I don't mind. But the house was sold to me by a big organization which is not private. You know what I mean, right? So I've been waiting for the keys for 5 years, and when the don't know whether I should tell you this, but I better not. Just I just want to say that I got cheated, not by any person on the road, but a big organization, a sub company of a big company that is owned by really somebody. And I'm not the only one who got cheated, but like a few more, if I'm not wrong, about six of us buying these units, and everybody has this same problem. And they even have backdated outstanding maintenance fees and electrical bills that they didn't pay. I'm so lucky that I still can manage to get some parking lots for me and my son. We are not supposed to get this because the unit itself has a history of outstanding maintenance fees. But the management, I thank you. I would like to thank you to thank the management office for having a good justice of they made a decision that I'm not supposed to be facing all of these problems while the outstanding bills were not under my name when I bought it. So yeah, thank you to the management. If you are watching this, I can't say any names, but you know who you are. Yeah, but then there's one miracle that came to me. This little veteran that used to work for a civil as a civil servant. I met him, and he's my new neighbor, and we chit chat. He's such a nice guy. And this guy, I can say his name. His name is Alex. He's been working for the government for 41 years now, and he's retired. And presently, he is serving in. He's working in this one of the 7-Eleven in close to the unit that I was saying to you about. And I told him, he asked me how is it. I told him about whatever I did told you right now. And he said that let's do the math. And so he said, so he asked me how much did I bought it. Of course, I bought it at a special price. And how much did you spend to repair the house? So I told him blah blah blah. And he said, well, young man, you are still saving because he bought it like 40,000 ringgits more than what I'm paying. Even after I've spent the money to do all of these repairs. So he told me to be patient because you have to go through this because you have signed the agreement, and at the end of the day, I will not be losing any much money because the price that I'm paying, including the repairs, are still lower than what he paid for the house the unit that he got. So sometimes miracle comes in many ways. You can't expect money come down crashing from the sky to the floor in front of you. But sometimes God will send you somebody, or maybe a reappearance of an angel, to give you comfort, to coax you, to tell you that everything is going to be fine, and you are still in a better way than any other people that doesn't have a home. The homeless, are far much better than what the homeless are facing. And of course, we lose money. Money can still be looked for. search for more money to compensate on what we have lost. As long as we have our health, and don't be lazy. Keep the hard work, because hard work makes us fit, makes us healthy. So yeah, that's the way it is. To my vlogging buddy, Silver Fox. I hope that I know you always told me that there's nothing to be sorry about. Don't apologize, but yeah, by leaving you almost 2 months now without ever going out for a vlogging session makes me feel so guilty. But I'm not. I don't have the focus to do that while I'm facing all of this shit. Yeah, he's leaving for UK for a vacation, and he'll be back uh, on October. And I think by then, my life will be back to normal and well arranged, and I'll be back on my feet and doing vlogging again with my buddy Silfox. Um, and by the way, we have just passed the Mid Valley South Key Mall, one of my favorite malls. Um, and if you continue forward without taking an exit on the left, you will end up in Woodlands, Singapore. Just make sure that you bring your passport and you did your online registration before you go in there. And for me today, I'm taking the exit on the left because my appointment is downtown, uh, right near to the state zoo, the zoological garden. So that's it for today. It's very raw, and I didn't even check whether I have enough battery power in my Insta360 One X2 because I've left it for more than 1 month without charging it, and I can see that the red light that indicates that it is still recording is still blinking. So I guess this video also shows you that the Insta360 One X2 can really store the batteries even though you just leave it aside. You deserted it for 1 month and it is still storing the battery. Not sure how much battery is. Maybe I can see. I can say from the logo of the battery, I'm left with another like 75% of it. Wow, that's good. Okay, so that's one good thing aside from the shit that I've been endeavoring around about. So guys, that's it. Lesson for today. If you would like to buy a high-rise building and it is an old one, just be prepared with some money to prepare for the leakings, alright? Other than that, for a lazy bum like me, a high-rise building which is serviced, a serviced apartment would be much suitable because we don't have to care about the drainage and the security because everything has been taken care of. As long as you pay the maintenance fees, the parking fees, those kind of things that will make sure the management can operate very well and comfortably and makes the community, the strata community, a good place to live in. Living yesterday, I just left the house that we used to live, and that area we have lived for 19 years now. So it's a sad moment to leave the house. I even talked to the house Can you imagine that? Out of the nostalgic feeling that I have by living in the house, I talked to the house, I said thanks to it, because that is where I um, bring my son up from 4 years old until now. He has graduated and having his own career, which is not bad, you know, not bad of a pay, even though he's not a doctor or a lawyer, as any typical other typical parents would expect their children to be, but he's doing well. I can say he can pay with he can pay all of his commitments, but still have some money to roam about and having his own adventure in life. Yeah, being very grateful, and the house that we lived in has been good to us, and providing us with roof on our head, and uh, a shelter from the wind and the heat. Uh, yeah, so guys, I am about to reach the apartment. Sorry, my appointment. I'm so sorry. So I'll see you again in my next video.